Okay, so I finished season 5 of 911. I know I just posted a video like a day ago being like, I hate this season. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I have mixed feelings about it. I did not particularly care for the first half, but I will say the second half redeems itself. A lot of the issues I had with the first half of the season were indeed addressed in the second half, which I am pleased to find. Phew, I was getting worried there for a second. I have a whole list of things I liked and disliked, and I've tried making this video multiple times, and each time it just feels chaotic. And unfortunately, that's because this season felt chaotic to me. And I'm having so many brain worms about Buck and Eddie that I'm like trying to be like, okay, girl, but you have to talk about the other characters too, because we still love the other characters. We love Maddie and Chim and Hen and Bobby and Athena and all of them. We love them all. We also just like really, really love Buck and Eddie. But like we gotta give equal love to everybody. First things first, I'm so glad Maddie and Chimney are back. Chimney needs to permanently be in the 118. I hate it when he's not there. It doesn't make sense. It's not right. I'm with Hen on this. She was feeling some type of way, and so was I. I'm like, we need him there. So I'm so glad he's back. Maddie's episode back was heartbreaking, devastating, destroyed me, but it was such a good episode. And AJ Cook from Criminal Minds, I was like, AJ Cook from Criminal Minds. Very exciting. Just glad to see them co-parenting. I know they're not technically together at this point in time in the story, but I do feel like they're gonna find their way back to each other. They just gotta fall back in love. They've been through a lot, okay? They've been through a lot. Mad Knee forever. I think Michael's send-off as a character was great. Tied it up in a nice little bow. I think kind of where they're headed with May's character is good. I'm like, okay, we're wrapping up some things that have been going on for a long time. I'm like, where this is going. It was dragging a little bit for both of them for me. So I'm like, okay, good. We're moving forward. She's going to college. I think she needs to do that. Like, does the girl have any friends? May, specifically? I'm like, does she have any friends? The whole thing with Claudette pissed me off. But the way her story ended was awful. Made me feel bad for not liking her. They did that on purpose. That was sick and twisted. I'm just glad the Taylor-Buck relationship is over. Not because I didn't like Taylor. I wasn't a Taylor hater. I was just like, I was over that relationship by the end of the season. Half the season was spent with her being just like an empty piece of furniture, basically. She just got stripped of all things that made her character. And then they finally like added back in some like traumatic backstory for her and lore that made her more interesting. And I was like, okay, sure. And then they started adding in this Lucy drama, and I'm like, oh no, Buck is making bad choices. It's so clear that they're like, they shouldn't be in a relationship anymore. And then she made some bad choices, and I'm like, we need to cut it loose. And thankfully they did. Let's move on. Hen and Chimney, their friendship is everything to me. If they do anything to fuck with that, I'm going to lose my mind. Also, we had some fun little Supernatural cast member guest star moments, you know? We had Samantha Smith, we had Mark Pellegrino. We're not going to talk about Mark Pellegrino because we don't like him. But Samantha Smith, okay, fighting fires. It's a little ironic, don't we think? I'm looking at my list, and there's a bunch of little things I could touch on. But you know what? We need to talk about Eddie Diaz. We do. Can I get a hell yeah that Eddie is in therapy? We got another one. Buck and then Eddie? Are you kidding me? This never happens with male characters on TV. Oh, we really are winning. Wow. Like, the peeling back of the layers of Eddie Diaz this season is chef's kiss. This is the first pillar to fall, you guys. This is the first major pillar, because him going into therapy and finally starting to address some of the emotional trauma that he has repressed so deep down inside. It's necessary. It needs to happen. We love this for him. We don't love what it does to him in the meantime, obviously. Like, it's traumatic for anyone to go through this. But it's so necessary for like healing and growth, and I hope this show sees it through. I really do, because they're planting some delicious seeds right now. The whole thing with his dad explains a lot. But the whole scene where he like freaks out and like, you know, like rips apart his room and whatever, and Christopher calls Buck his dad, his second dad. And Buck comes running over to help him, and then Eddie just like he feels safe to like emotionally break down in front of him and like is sobbing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whoa. Whoa. And then Buck is back at his house, like avoiding Taylor actively, helping him patch his walls. I'm like, there's a metaphor in here somewhere. There's gotta be, right? It has been truly something to witness both Eddie and Buck go on these like totally separate journeys, but are also like kind of similar in a way, where they're both trying things and realizing it's not what they're looking for, and us as the audience are like, guys, the answer is literally right in front of you. It's like, but they're not ready though. I understand. Like, they both need to go through more stuff. They both need to peel back some emotional trauma, do some healing before they're going to be anywhere ready story-wise to have any kind of realization about the other. Like, obviously we're not even to buy Buck yet. I know this happens, by the way. I haven't been spoiled for a lot of stuff, but that was something I knew before I even started watching 911, because if you're online, you know about it. So I know that's coming, so I'm already viewing things through that lens. But they're planting so many seeds for Eddie too, and I'm like, they can't do this and then go psych at the end. If they do that, there is gonna be catastrophic consequences. It's literally after 2 a.m. right now, so I cannot get into it too much more in this video. But up to this point, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm really seeing the vision for Buck. I'm really seeing the vision. Okay, I'm getting it. And then some big moments happened in season 4 between the two of them, and I was like, whoa, okay, I'm seeing the pillar start to fall for Eddie. And then we have this season with all the stuff with Eddie, and I'm like, aha, I see. I am truly terrified for what could possibly happen in the next 2.5 seasons. I have 2.5 more seasons, and then I'm caught up with you all, and I am in the trenches week to week, okay? I'm going to be caught up by March 6th. It's so serious, you guys. Also, if you got to this point in the video, congratulations, you're a real one. If it's not clear by now, I can no longer stay neutral about Buddy. I can't. I know a lot of you are used to me being very neutral when it comes to Supernatural, even though I'm like big into Dean and Cass. I usually don't talk about it on my TikTok. I usually keep that to like my Twitter and stuff. But I just don't think I can talk about 911 on here without talking about Buddy. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I would be lying to you guys. Like, it's a huge part of the reason why I'm watching the show. So, anyways, catch you on the next one.